you are not in the tornado warning, you are still included in that severe thunderstorm warning that's around it. That is in effect until 9:30, with one extending further out from that, also in effect for the next at least half hour. Again, very strong winds from this system. We're going to put a track on it so you can know where it's going to be over the next half hour, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how strong the winds currently are and what the rotation signature in this system looks like. So here we go with our track. These are some of the town names that need to be in their tornado safe spot immediately. Now, some of these are some smaller towns, but at 9:47, Boston, you need to be in your safe spot. A town called Korea, you need to be in your safe spot immediately. Your tornado safe spot is where you need to be at this time. Again, Culpeper, Madison, and Rappahannock counties all under a tornado warning until 9:45. The Storm Prediction Center has again said that this storm system is extremely dangerous. Now, not only are we watching this tornado warning, but we have a long line of severe storms that have been bringing incredibly dangerous and damaging conditions as they've been moving through our far western counties. This is approaching the I-81 corridor. We'll zoom out just a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about right now and where we're seeing the strongest activity at this point in time. Now, right now, this line of storms is just now moving into places like Winchester. Romney, you're getting the worst of it at this point in time. But the biggest storm we're watching is this tornado warning that you see here in the Culpeper area. We're going to get a street value look here so you can see exactly where some of the worst of this storm system is headed right now. County Road, we've got 231. If you live in that region, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. Slate Mills, head to your tornado safe spot immediately. If you live on County Road 644, head to your tornado safe spot immediately. State Mills Road, the town of Boston, the town of Griffensburg, Norman, you all need to head to your tornado safe spot immediately. You are going to hear this storm, but you are not going to be able to see it. Here's something I want to point out to you so you can see. This system is covered in very heavy rainfall. What that tells us is that it is wrapped up in rain, or a rain-wrapped tornado. That means that you won't be able to see it outside. So do not try to go outside and get pictures or videos. You won't be able to see it. Now, this storm system has had a history of producing pretty strong tornadic signatures over the last several hours as it's passed through the Midwest. Now, not only are we going to be watching the strong winds that's associated with this system, but we're also going to be dealing with the very heavy rainfall that could cause some of that localized flooding, as well as the strong winds outside of this system. We're going to try and put a look at what our velocity signature is looking like at this moment. Now, right now, our velocities show us, well, where the winds are moving and what directions that they're moving in. So we're going to get a little bit of a track, and we're going to see exactly what we're looking for here is two colors lining up with each other. I'm going to say right about there. That's where we're seeing the strongest velocity signature with this system. What we're looking for is the red and the green colors to be wrapped up tightly with each other. We're not seeing a tight couplet. That's what we call it, a couplet, when those red and green colors are mixed up together. But we are seeing some broad rotation from this system. So if you're just joining us, we have a tornado warning in effect until 9:45 tonight for Culpeper, Madison, and Rappahannock counties. This line of storms has had a history of producing very strong and dangerous and damaging storms as it has passed through the Midwest. And now that it is our area tonight, it is still living true to that pattern of bringing very heavy rainfall, damaging winds, and this is a very significant system. Make sure you head to your tornado safe spot immediately so you and your family can stay safe. We're going to stay on the air with you while this tornado warning is in effect. And again, this is for at least the next, I'd say about 25 minutes. that we're going to continue to track this system for you as it passes through our region. Now, I do want to make sure you're aware we do also have a severe thunderstorm watch and a number of severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, this watch, it's in effect for all the counties you see here in yellow. This is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. We also are watching severe thunderstorm warnings within this system. So I'll play this through so you can see all those yellow boxes. That's where we have those severe thunderstorm warnings. That means you are in a severe thunderstorm, and that's also that red box. That's where we have that tornado warning. When we take everything off, you can get a little bit of a better idea as to where that tornado warning is at. It's outside of Luray, but it is near the Culpeper area right now. So we're going to get you over to radar, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what we're seeing right now and where this tornado is expected to go over the next couple of hours. So let's get moving a little bit here. We're going to show you exactly where this is at and what we're seeing right now. This is our most recent data coming through on satellite and radar, and we're looking for two colors to be matched up real tight together. That's when we see the red and the green right next to each other, and that's where I'm expecting to see this. So I'm saying right along Highway 522, if you live in that area, it's kind of right along the county line that you see right there between Culpeper and I believe that's Rappahannock County. But right between those two counties is where we're seeing the strongest of this system passing through. So again, this is what we're working with at the moment. We do have a tornado warning in effect until 9:45 tonight. This is for Culpeper County. This is also for Rappahannock County, as well as Madison County. Now I'm looking at the most recent data coming through from the National Weather Service here. They just put this out, and it says this is mainly over rural areas of central Madison, southeastern Rappahannock, and northwestern Culpeper counties. Now, this does include locations like Castleton. We're also looking at Slate Mills, Viewtown, Woodville. This is what those are some areas we're looking at. All right, we're going to pull up a traffic cam now from Culpeper, so you can see it there. This is Route 29 northbound. You can see the cars there are still dealing with some of that heavier rainfall that's coming through. Just saw those flashes of lightning. If you know anybody in those rural areas, you got to give them a phone call right now so that they are aware of this extremely dangerous severe thunderstorm warning and this tornado warning that has been issued. Again, it is in effect until 9:45. So still a little more than 20 minutes from now, we're going to continue to monitor the rotation of this system. Again, this has had a history of producing incredibly dangerous and damaging storms. Again, the Storm Prediction Center put a tag on the severe thunderstorm warning saying that it is extremely dangerous. This needs to be taken seriously. If you live in the Culpeper area, even if you're in Orange, I know Orange isn't contained in that specific tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning. If you live in the Orange region, you need to make sure you're taking the proper precautions, staying inside, getting away from windows, and keeping yourself and your family safe. This is not the time to be out on those roadways right now, as we are continuing to watch this active situation here with this tornado warning that we're watching for Culpeper County, Madison County, as well as Rappahannock County. You were hearing me say before that this is in a little bit more of a rural area. However, it is still in a spot where many of our family and friends live. So again, if you know people in that region, you need to send them a message so they are aware. All right, I'm going to actually zoom in on my map to see some other town names that we might know for this area, for the Culpeper region and closer to Orange. Like we talked about, it is a little bit more of a rural region. But still, we're going to continue to monitor it. I do want to give you a look towards the rest of the region. Just because you're not in that tornado warning does not mean you are in the clear. We have quite a few severe thunderstorm warnings. So severe thunderstorm warning right now for quite a few counties. Northern Central Maryland, this is including Washington County, Allegheny County, Stafford, Loudoun, Shenandoah County, Frederick, Orange County, the city of Fredericksburg is included in this one. All of those areas that you just heard are included in this severe thunderstorm warning. The biggest threat you're going to notice from this one will be winds up to 60 miles per hour. So think about how strong that is. I know we just say the word 60 miles per hour, and that can be tough to visualize what that seems like. When you're driving down the highway, you're driving down I-95, no traffic, speed limit is 55 miles per hour. If you stick your hand out the window and you feel how strong those winds are, that's about how strong the wind gusts are within this storm system. Very strong winds that we are going to be seeing as this line continues to develop. Something else we got to talk about. It is 9:26 at night. We don't have the sunshine to give us heat for this system, and it is still packing an incredible punch. That tells us that there is a lot of energy in the system, and it's going to continue to drop heavy rainfall and bring incredibly gusty winds, damaging winds as it passes through our region. I am expecting it to hit the DC area later on tonight. Models right now saying anywhere between about midnight and 1 o'clock. So if you're in the DC region and you're saying this isn't here yet, this exact system is headed to DC overnight tonight. So now is your opportunity to prepare for this system to come through. It is not weakening. It is not losing its strength. It is continuing to drop very heavy rainfall and bring very significant and potentially damaging and significantly dangerous conditions to a number of spots across the DC region. So again, if you live anywhere in the DC metro area, not seeing the system yet, but it is on its way to you. All right, if you're just tuning in, we do have a tornado warning in effect for several of our counties until 9:45 tonight. We are going to stay on the air with you until this tornado warning is either dropped or we'll stay with you until it's dropped, and hopefully we can see it dropped earlier than originally anticipated. We're not seeing super tight rotation with this one, which is, well, it's always good news, but it also tells us that we could be seeing some straight line wind damage. Yep, there it is right there, that we are seeing that rotation where we see that red and that green color match up. That's where we have rotation. So what that tells us right now is that red means receding, green means go. That's what we're looking at here. So the red means that the winds are receding, going away from the radar. The green means that those winds are going towards the radar. When we see those two colors get wrapped up together, that's when we can infer that we've got some rotation coming from that system. So that's what we're looking at right there. When we talk about a couplet, when we talk about those red and green colors, we're looking for those to be wrapped up. As meteorologists, that signature right there is what we're looking for to infer that we are seeing some of that tornadic activity from this system. So we're going to move it around just a little bit more just so you can see that, yeah, it does look like that is the main spot for our rotation at this moment. So let's go back just so you can see exactly where this system is and what it's doing right now. Heavy rainfall for the Culpeper region just south of Sperryville. Hasn't hit Warrenton, but Warrenton, this is headed towards your direction. You are not under a tornado warning yet, but this system, again, has had a history of producing tornadic activity, and it's going to continue to head your way over the next, I would say, anywhere from about half hour to hour. Warrenton, you will be under this system. Even if it's not still tornadic, it will still be incredibly dangerous as it comes through your region. If you're not in the tornado warning, you are still in an incredibly dangerous severe thunderstorm warning. This severe thunderstorm warning was tagged by the National Weather Service out of Baltimore, saying that it is extremely dangerous. That means that our winds and our rain and the thunder and the lightning are all causing this storm to be incredibly dangerous. I'm actually going to look and see. I believe we have some information coming from the National Weather Service. I'm going to check and see what that looks like right now.
Makayla, as you're checking the latest information from the National Weather Service, this is Delia here. I just want to step in and let folks know, remind folks that we have this warning until 9:45 tonight in those areas, those counties that you see highlighted there. Again, as Makayla had warned, please take heed to the warnings and get into your safe space. If you have anyone, any loved ones, family, friends, neighbors in that general area, anyone you know who may be traveling through that area, please call them and issue that guidance. So here's the guidance, though, we do have from the National Weather Service. In general, get as low as you can. A basement below ground level or the lowest floor of a building offers the greatest safety for you and your loved ones. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. So think about an interior room in your house. If you have like a bathroom that's in the center of of your living room with several walls outside. Think of that room. Avoid windows at all costs. We have seen and unfortunately covered so many homes that have trees that have fallen on top of them, live wires as well during these severe weather situations. So certainly you want to avoid those windows. In homes or public buildings, you want to go to the basement or a small interior room such as a closet or a bathroom or an interior hall on the lowest level. I understand that sometimes when we see a tornado situation, when we see this warning, maybe our anxiety gets the best of us, but certainly this is the time to download our app, to really pay attention to the heat, to the warnings, and our meteorologists who are on top of everything. Makayla, I think you're waving. You have some new information and some breaking information you want to just weigh in right now?
Yeah, we're continuing to watch, and we do have some information now saying that there is a hail signature within this storm system showing that we could be seeing hail up to an inch in diameter. And we are seeing this rotation right along the county line between Culpeper County and Rappahannock County. That's exactly where this system is, and we are expecting it to continue to ride that county line as it heads off towards the east-northeast. Now, we're going to continue to cover this for at least the next 13 minutes as this tornado warning is in effect until 9:45. Now, here's the good news. They did cut off the back of this system, so it's no longer in Madison County. It's just in Culpeper and Rappahannock County. We're watching this area right here where you see this purple color, heaviest rainfall, best chance for seeing rotation, and best chance for seeing large hail. You're also going to hear this one as it comes through. This means that you're going to hear a lot of thunder and see a lot of lightning. If you are in Culpeper County, if you are in Rappahannock County, you need to move to your tornado safe spot immediately. If you don't have a TV in your tornado safe spot, what you need to do, you can turn your TV all the way up to loud so you can still hear my voice, and you need to move to your tornado safe spot. As soon as this is clear from your region, I'll give you the all clear so you can come out. When you get to your tornado safe spot, you need to protect your head. So use bike helmets if you got it, use pillows if you have them. Do what you can to keep your head safe in case this system does come through your region. If your kiddos are at home, I know this is loud and I know it can seem a little bit scary, but make sure if you stay in your tornado safe spot, that's what you need to be doing right now. That's the right thing to do. If you need to turn off your TV, if you lose power right now, the best thing for you to do is you need to download our WSA 9 app, and you can scroll to the very bottom and click watch now, and you can watch there as we continue to cover this system.
Makayla, can I just jump in and ask a couple of questions though, because we were concerned earlier this evening when you first called the warning that perhaps folks were driving and they were going to get caught in the weather as they were traveling from their Memorial Day celebrations with gatherings with family.
That's right.
If you're in a car in this area, Perryville, Culpeper, what do you do if you're in your car at the time of this warning?
That's a great question, Delia. Well, you cannot outrun these storms. I know it might seem like you can if you hit the gas and you try to get away from them. Do not try and outrun these storms. Do not try and chase these storms. They are incredibly dangerous. Like I was saying before, it has been incredibly, it has been showing that it has had a pattern of showing tornadic activity and being very dangerous over the last several hours as it's passed through the Midwest. So if you are in a car right now, the best thing for you to do is to pull off of the road. If you can pull off somewhere where you can get under a shelter, that's going to be your best bet right now, but you cannot outrun these storms. That's one of the worst things that you could do at this point in time. I'm trying to look at my map to see if we can get a few additional town names right now. I know that the Culpeper region, where this tornadic activity is expected to be, is a little bit more on the rural side. So we don't have a ton of notable roads there, but we're going to continue to watch it. Again, this is right along the Rappahannock and Culpeper County line. I'm going to put a track on it so we can see exactly where it's going over the next couple of minutes. Now, again, it is in effect until 9:45. So we do still have about another half hour from now that we're expecting to see this storm move through the area. So a few names that we're going to watch out for here as I move our track just a little bit more. There's a few of them. We've got Castleton. That's an area 9:41. You need to be in your tornado safe spot. Estes at 5:52. Now I know that's outside of the tornado warning timeline, but it does still mean that you need to be at least thinking about heading to your tornado safe spot right now. I am going to zoom us out just a little bit. I believe my producer was saying we have another traffic camera. Haley, go ahead.
Yeah, Makayla, I'm going to jump in here as we look at that traffic cam. That is Skyline Drive near Luray right now. You can see there is some traffic on the roads, lots of rain coming down. You can see just a little bit of you know, just a few cars, not heavy traffic, but we do know that there will be some folks traveling from their Memorial Day activities, so certainly heed the warnings. But it's good news there. We don't see a ton of activity on that VDOT traffic camera, just a few cars passing through.
That's right, Delia. And here's some other good news. I'm not seeing that tight rotation signature anymore. It does look like that has started to kind of become a little bit more broad. Now, there's two reasons. One, a good reason, could be that it has started to fall apart and we're not seeing that tornadic activity as much anymore. However, it could also mean that it's just recycling, which tells us that, hey, it's lost its energy, but it is expected to come right on back around. And here's the reason I think that might be happening. It's because that little purple dot you see right there, it's kind of been going back and forth and back and forth. It's been kind of orange and then back to purple and then orange and back to purple. That can tell us that the storm is kind of re-strengthening and recycling and getting stronger as it loses a little bit of strength and then it gets stronger again. So as we continue to watch this system, even though it might not look like we have that tight rotation, I do believe that we are still monitoring an incredibly dangerous storm that's passing through that area. I'm looking at the radar here on my phone and I can see a little bit better of a rotation signature from this one. So let me see if I can pull this over here so we can get at least a little bit of a better idea of where this is at the moment. Delia, feel free to walk through some of those tornado safety tips.
Sure. So the safety tips: head to your basement or the smallest center room in your house. You want to stay away from the windows like we advised, and as Makayla mentioned, to cover yourself, cover your head, and obviously you want to get away from those windows. If you're in a high rise, go to the lowest floor possible or seek shelter in an interior stairway. You know, Makayla, as we were looking at that traffic cam of Skyline Drive near Luray, I saw some flashes of lightning and was curious, if you're in a car, obviously not watching, not able to watch right now, what does this look like? What are the conditions looking like right now so folks would know that, you know, danger is heading their way?
That's a great question, Delia. So what they would be seeing right now is what looks like just a nasty storm. This is something called a rain-wrapped tornado. That means that it is wrapped up in this storm system. It's wrapped up in rain, so you will not be able to see it coming. It's not something that you'd be able to see. You know, a lot of video has come out today from when this storm system was in the Midwest, and there are those incredible videos of obvious tornadoes passing through the sky. This is not that. You will not be able to see this tornado coming through the sky because it's wrapped up in rain. And since it's so dark outside, you won't be able to see it because of that either. Some of the flashes of lightning could give you a brief little look at how dark and gloomy the sky is, but that's all you're really going to see from this one. Now, Delia, they haven't extended it quite yet, which is some good news. We're still about 5 minutes away from seeing this be canceled, but haven't gotten any new information on what this is looking like as of now. Now I'm going to look at another run here to see what we're seeing with just a different model run, and it is showing that there is still some rotation in this, Delia, as well as that hail signature.
Any indication how fast, how quickly this is moving?
Yeah, this system is moving at about 60 miles per hour towards the north and northeast, but it has been cut off from the back. So that's some good news, Delia, that we're not continuing to see this long track system that we are watching with this tornado warning. I do also want to mention that even if you're not in the tornado warning, you are still most likely in a severe thunderstorm warning. We have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings across the region. I was telling you about it earlier. If you're just now joining us, let me tell you where one of these severe thunderstorm warnings encompasses, because it takes just about all of us. So we have got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10 o'clock for Washington County, Allegheny County, Stafford, Loudoun, Shenandoah, Frederick, Orange. All of those counties are included in this. We've got Hardy County, Mineral County included in this, Hampshire County, West Berkeley County, all of these included in this severe thunderstorm warning. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for all these, for multiple counties across the region. Just about all of us included in this severe thunderstorm watch. All the counties you see there in yellow, that's until 11 o'clock for most of us. But the reason we're on air for tonight is because of this tornado warning. It is in effect until 9 o'clock for Culpeper and Rappahannock counties. Now, right now, we are monitoring some broad rotation with this system that's passing just over the county line between Culpeper and Rappahannock County. Again, it's dropping very heavy rainfall. You will hear this system as it comes through. If you live in Culpeper or Rappahannock County, you need to be in your tornado safe spot immediately. If you live in Amissville, I believe that's how we're saying that one, Amissville, if that's your area, you need to move to your tornado safe spot. You're not included in that tornado warning, but you are close enough to it that you could see some dangerous impacts from this system. All of us, again, are in that severe thunderstorm watch, and many of us in that severe thunderstorm warning as this system is passing through. You can see this traffic cam down here. If we could hear again where this one is.
That's 29 northbound in Culpeper, and we saw some flashes of lightning there as well.
Absolutely. Well, here's a little bit of good news, Delia. We're seeing lightning, but we're not seeing an incredible amount of lightning. So lightning is another indicator of how much energy a storm system has. So if it's getting more and more and more lightning, that means we're seeing more and more energy with this system. Thankfully, it's not a ton of lightning increasing, but still you will hear it as it's coming through your region. Now, this is in effect, Delia, for at least another 2 minutes. So we're going to stay with it for at least another 2 minutes as it goes through the area. Even once the tornado warning is expired, we are still going to watch that severe thunderstorm warning because the National Weather Service already showed one of these severe thunderstorm warnings to be extremely dangerous. It's going to be a very busy night. So right now, make sure you have a way to get weather information that's loud enough at night to wake you up. So if you're a heavy sleeper and you rely on your cell phone to give you weather alerts, make sure that the ringer on your phone is loud enough. Make sure that your devices are plugged in and charged so that overnight tonight, if you are under a tornado warning at some point tonight, you are on the safe side and you will know when that alert comes through. You'll hear it and you'll go to your tornado safe spot. If you are outside of this area, if you live in the DC region, the DC metro area, anywhere along the Beltway, really along I-95, now is your chance to make sure you are prepared. Talk to your kids right now. Make sure they know where to go. Make sure they're aware that, hey, tonight we're going to see some strong storms. It's going to be loud. It might be, you'll probably get a few flashes of lightning that will be very, very bright, and you might get a tornado warning, which means we need to go to our tornado safe spot. Make sure your kids know where that's at. If you can, if you're in the DC metro area, prepare right now. Get the bike helmets out. Get the pillows ready in your tornado safe spot immediately. Make sure that you have a way to get weather information over the next several hours. If you're on the roadways tonight, that's not the place to be. If you can, pull off on the road and get under a shelter if you can, so you can keep yourself safe. Don't try to outrun these storms as they tend to be way faster than you think they are. 60-mile-per-hour storms, and they don't hit any traffic in the sky, so there's nothing to slow them down.
Makayla, let me jump in right here. You know, you had mentioned, 60 mile an hour, it's moving that quickly. If you're living right outside the perimeter of that yellow boundary where the warning is currently active for at least maybe another 20 seconds or so, but if you're living right outside, what should you expect something heading your way, and what's the timeline there?
Absolutely, Delia. You should expect to see something over the next hour or so. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to have us go back to the full screen, and I'm going to put a track on this entire system so you can see where it's going to go. I'll take off the boxes there so you can kind of see a little bit better of where it's going to be, and then I'll put a track on it, and then we'll get you guys back to your regularly scheduled programming, just so you're aware of where this is going to be over the next couple couple of hours. So a track on this storm system, you can see how incredibly large it is and how strong this system has been. I've been watching it all night, and it has just been a pretty doozy of a system. So Culpeper, really within the next 10 to 15 minutes in your town, you'll be getting some of this heaviest rainfall. Fredericksburg, 1140, Hagerstown, 1142, the DC area between about 1 and 2 o'clock. Frederick, between about 1 and 1:30 is when you'll see some of this heaviest rainfall. Delia, right now, everyone needs to be prepared for an incredibly significant weather system that's passing through our area tonight. Everyone needs to have a way to get weather information over the next couple of hours as this system continues to pass through our region and brings very heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and potentially more tornadic activity. We're going to continue to monitor it for you guys. You can get the latest details at WSA9.com, and we're going to continue to track it overnight tonight. But for now, we're going to send it back to programming.